Hey, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel on YouTube. It's early Tuesday afternoon, about 1:41 p.m. here in Central Ohio, and um, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a brief demonstration. I don't know how brief it's going to be of how to import CSV files into SQL Server 2019 using the import export wizard, and then how to combine these files into a single database table. Okay. So as I said, as you can see here, I currently have 2 through 9 installed. So that means you need 1, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, to get started. So let's start with the 1. You can see I selected a flat file source, and now we're going to come over here. Now, as I said, just to repeat what I said a minute ago, when this wizard imports the data, it imports everything, at least from what I've seen, as a variable, as a character field. Okay, the flat file source destination for our purposes is always SQL Server native client 11.0. Then we're going to put it into the Cyclistic Bikeshare database. Good. Let's close this. Let's upload it again. So now we need 10, 11, and 12, right? Flat file. Now you can also import with an Excel file, okay, and even probably an SQL file, dump file. Uh, but uh, but there's too much data for me to do that. These files contain too much data for me to actually convert them to what am I trying to say? It takes the data files are too long. Most of these data files are too large to import into Excel directly. Okay, so let's do a browse. What's this? Now we're looking for 10. Choose a source file. Destination again. Cyclistic. Oh man, why is there an error? So does that mean it failed? Okay, this is part of the this is part of the problem with this thing. It doesn't do a very good job of importing all the data. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to tell it to ignore errors and just continue onward. Yeah. See, it didn't import anything. Okay. There is. Well, let's try to import 11 and 12 in that case. See if you get errors on 11 and 12. The errors it's given it is that the field type that's being imported, okay, is too small. Uh, that's basically what that message means. You know, okay, why don't you truncate the the field but continue to import? Let's try to import task flat file. And this doesn't always work right either, but we're going to see what happens. Modify columns. Let's say now I'm not sure what the difference between you know, nav character max is. Let's see if this will work for us. Man, okay. So what that did was uh, that's true. Yes, I forgot about that. Some of the station names are true. So we want to allow anything to be null. Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic, isn't it? That is fantastic. Come back over here. Allow any columns to be. Let's close this. Let's refresh this. And let's come up here again. Task, import flat file. Let's do this. Let's allow nulls. Let's do this as max. Oh, great. Okay. That's 10. So now we need to import 10, 11, and 12. Okay. Now the real challenge is going to be to do an insert. Insert these into the first table. So that was 10, right? Now we need 11. Allow nulls. Start station name. Uh, max. End station name. Max. Oh man, oh man, oh man. One more to go. That should be, is this it? Okay. And it's going to refresh this. Now, I mean, if you know either R or Python, certainly R. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, fantastic. Okay. Yeah, we could do this fairly easily in R, but this is about SQL, not R. So let's just come over to TechWeb. It is simply a insert into table. This command should be fair. 'Cause, you know, the thing is, all the tables have the same column numbers, the same columns. We should be able to do a simple insert into table. So you can say insert into table. Yeah, insert into table T1 select. So let's try this. So we're going to say, so it's going to be insert into table T1 select star from table source. Okay, insert into table, insert into T1, right? Right, insert into table from source. So let's see what happens here. Well, that's right. This is actually 0 on, right? Yeah. Is that right? Okay, good. So now let's just do 3, 4. So this isn't that bad, is it? And as far as I know, that there's no way to, at least with the import export wizard, to import more than one file at a time. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh man. Uh, okay. I'm not sure what that is. I think that may be a. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. I'm guessing that that is a station ID. Let's do alter. NV. What if this will work? Of course, this is taking a minute or two to actually alter the column, but the command seems to be working. Now let's try end. Okay, good. Hopefully that won't be needed. Let's go back to 10. Eleven. So the trouble was, some of the start, some of the start, some of the start and station ID, start and end station IDs contain characters, but most of them are numbers. So the error was that it was the wrong data type, right? We were trying to import a character field into an integer, into a field. It's an integer type. So what I did, I just converted those two. First of all, the start and station index, IDs would be what's commonly called as a it's commonly called uh, a categorical variable, meaning so it's categorical and it's numerical. You can't perform math on a categorical variable. Okay? It's also generally limited to a range of values. Also, okay. So we'll do this last one here. Okay, so let's do a count now. Select star. Uh, okay, so we apparently didn't actually import everything. Shoot. Uh, well, maybe we can work with this as it is. Okay. Yeah, because it's actually like 4.2 million or something like that rows. So that's a bit of a problem, but not a big problem. Okay. Let's just do this. Let's do cast blank. Okay. Well, no, this is started at into that. So can we say why won't it let us do this? Oh, okay, we can't do it because it's still loading the data. Okay, good. So let's do, okay. Now we want to do, so is there a date diff? Okay, let's come back over here. So we can come up here then. Interval is a minute. Let's try minutes. By the way, this bookmark this page. Okay, it's a fantastic resource. It's techontheweb.net, techontheweb.com. Okay, so we're close. We got date diff. We got which comes first? So this is the start date. Well, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? So now the question is this. So now what we're going to take a look at is we want to take a look at where how come the one didn't import? I don't remember. So now we got duration. So what we want to do here is we want to cast these. Let's see if this. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, I don't understand why that's not working there. What we'll do is we'll get rid of this completely. We'll get rid of this completely and we'll just copy this file up here and just change the names. That one up there wasn't right, was it? how do we do create table functions with the select state? There's a way to do it. Let's come here and do this. So we did get rid of a few. Okay, with okay, clean data where duration is less than or equal to zero. Is equal to zero. Let's start with this. Oh, what are you going? By the way, what are you going to do with the 35? We say in that case less than or equal to 0. Say this. Oh, oh by, so by the way, what are you going to do with the 37,000 plus rows where the trip duration is less than? Can we do this? Can we create a? Oh, that's great. Let's save that. We need to delete that in that case. Okay. So there's one more thing we need to do. We need to come up with uh, data types, data login, data tables. What we're looking for is the date time function again. Okay. So this, this I'm really starting to like SQL Server quite a bit. So up here we got start date, end date. Then we're going to do okay interval, hour. Oh, stop it. Why is this doing this for all of a sudden? Oh, great. Okay, good. Okay. This pretty much gives us everything we need to do the actual data analytics project, okay? So here's 23 to 20, 18-minute ride. Is there any rides? Is there any dates when the Okay, yeah, that's fantastic. I have to say, I really am impressed with myself today. Okay, let's make sure we got this saved. All right. So we've actually accomplished quite a bit today. I mean, we got the data, we got most of the data imported. We got enough to demonstrate or to you know to we did enough to give us the data to work with. The main thing was we imported some data. We verified that some of the the start and end station names are missing. We removed those. We also removed any row where the and we calculated trip duration. We calculated trip duration. We calculated the start hour, the end hour. We also we removed and we only kept the rows where the where the station name or end station name were not null, and we used the CTE, by the way. And finally, we only kept the rows where the trip duration was greater than zero. Okay. Okay. So that does conclude this brief demonstration for it. Like I said, I'm actually fairly pleased with myself with this. To be perfectly honest, let's just take one more look here. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go to stations. And there you see, you got the start station name, the end station name, the start date, the end date, the start hour, the end hour, and the trip duration in minutes. Okay? So here's a question. What should the maximum duration of a trip be? What is our maximum trip? What is the maximum trip duration here in minutes? Okay. How can you have a trip duration of 58,720 minutes? How can we have this massive trip duration here? Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Oh, look what happened here. The start hour is supposed to start on 4:19 and ended on 5:30. Now, is that possible? Maybe they rented a bike for a month. It's hard to say. What is hover bike? What is these here? Okay, look at this here. Start hour on April the 3rd, 2020. They start at 4 p.m., ended at 8 a.m. If you reverse that, it'd be 8 minus 16. Okay, and again, this is a management question. Hey, boss, what do we do with these? Look at that. The guy Rask approved your post. Fantastic. Thanks so much, friend. Thanks so much for the approving the post. Okay, let's go over here. Okay. So, I mean, let's pull up the old calculator here, right? There's 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute. So it's 3,600 minutes per hour, right? Now, there's 60 minutes in an hour. Google. How many minutes in an hour?
1 hour is equal to 60 minutes.
How many minutes in a day?
1 day is equal to 1,440 minutes.
So there's 1,440 minutes in an hour. So that means, well, you can see the date differences here, okay? This, end date should be bigger than this, but it shouldn't be ridiculously bigger than this. So what do you do? What do you do with these people that kept the bike with us like here? The obvious question: How was this bike not checked in when it's returned? Okay. At what point do you say, well, these numbers, there's obviously something wrong with these numbers. Is it just that the start and end time got reversed somehow, and it was a bug in the system, and the start and end time got reversed? Okay, all right. But we're talking, 4 days here. So the question is, how many rides are greater than how many rides is duration is greater than 1,440? Okay, so there's 2,786 rides where the trip duration is greater than 1 day. So what do we do with those? Well, in all honesty, again, this is a management question. Hey, what do you want me to do with the trip duration that is greater than 24 hours long? You want to go out to 48 hours, maybe? I mean, what is 58720 divided by 1,440? Uh, that's probably not right. That's that's like, what do you? I mean, in theory, uh, you could you could rent a bike for a month and a half, and just took it everywhere. But again, okay. So anyway, that does conclude the report for today. Hope you found this report. It's probably a little long, but I hope you'll find this report both helpful and beneficial. I hope to see you back over here at, well, at, at a later date, okay?